Iranian TV hosts have been hilariously mocked today after footage of a propaganda-filled segment was released which delusionally claimed Iran will annihilate the US and Israel.
ورود آمریکایی‌ها چون ما داشتیم فاتحه اسرائیل رو می‌خوندیم و داشت تمام میشد کار. ولی نباید پامون رو از خرخره نتانیاهو و جنایتکاران صهیونیست برداریم. ضمن که دست ترامپ رو باید قطع کنیم با تدابیر الهی رهبر عزیزتر از جانمون، اما باید خرخره نتانیاهو رو ببریم و برای همیشه به درک واصل بشه.
و از بزرگ تا کوچیکشون اشغالگر هستن و اصلا تفکر صهیونیست یک تفکر شیطانی هست که باید این تفکر از روی زمین برچیده بشه و برداشته بشه. تمام مردم که اونجا دارن زندگی میکنن از کوچیک تا بزرگشون اشغالگر هستن و غاصب هستن و دشمن هستن و همونجوری که با قایق اومدن الان دارن با قایق فرار میکنن. آره همونجوری که اومدین الان با قایق باید فرار کنین به همون جایی که ازش اومدین.
اصلی ترین دارایی آمریکا تو منطقه ناوها و پایگاهاش نیست. اونها در یه چشم هم زدنی نابود میشن. اصلی ترین دارایی آمریکا، سرمایه آمریکا و دارایی آمریکا در جنگ با ما خود اسرائیله و ما باید او رو نابودش کنیم. یک موشک ما رو نمیتونن رهگیری کنن.
حالا نه تنها دنیا به حقانیت ما اعتراف میکنه بلکه همه معترف این هستن که باید بمب اتم بسازه ایران. یعنی توی نظرسنجی هایی که در داخل کشورمون انجام شده که 90% مردم میگن که این کار باید انجام بشه.
Online commentators reveled in the delusion, with this commentator saying, "Wow, that's Hamas level fantasy." And this person agreed, saying, "It's just like it's always been in every Arab-Israeli war. The Arab leadership keep telling their people that they're winning and are closing in on Tel Aviv and about to push the Jews into the sea. The people believe them until they see the Israeli tanks rolling up." The anti-US rant came just a day after another Iranian propagandist sent a very strong and chilling message to Donald Trump saying, "You started it and we will end it."
من هدف مشروع ایران هستند. آمریکا با این اقدامی که انجام داد علیه ایران و حریم هوایی ایران را شکست و جنایت علیه ایران انجام داد دیگه جایی در منطقه غرب آسیا نداره. آقای رئیس جمهور آمریکا شما شروع کردید و ما تمومش خواهیم کرد.
We now know these were empty threats as a symbolic attack of a US airbase just outside Doha in Qatar largely fell flat, and hours later a ceasefire was announced by Donald Trump via a Truth Social post which read, "Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire." Fox News anchor Brett Baer outlined the swiftness and secrecy with which this ceasefire was achieved, with the VP JD Vance not even knowing it was a done deal until Trump released the Truth Social post.
Hilarious, but do we have details about how this all came together in the last hour?
Well, Laura, good evening. It really was something. Let me just give you the behind the scenes. Trey Yingst was in the middle of wrapping up his report from Tel Aviv, and the producer got in my ear saying, "Trump Truth Social coming in the email right now." And I looked down, the vice president's right here on set with me. And as I look down to read it, his staff comes in with an iPhone so he can read the Truth Social as it's coming in. And Trey Yingst wraps up his live report. I thank him. I introduce the vice president and obviously start with what we just heard and saw. And he said he had heard about it, talked about it, hadn't seen the final version, and that's what he was reacting to. Since then, we've learned that Qatar was the intermediary and that Iran officials are now saying they did, in fact, authorize Qatar to negotiate on their behalf, at least according to Reuters and other wire services, and that the Israelis are going to agree to this in a 6-hour time frame. Now,
And whilst Iran's media propaganda is being mocked, many are pointing out that it's no worse than the propaganda being pushed on US mainstream media. This commentator said, "We are used to that. That sounds like Democrats on the nightly news." CNN also peddled the line that Iran's attack was only going to get stronger even after Trump had announced the ceasefire.
against it. And certainly right now, Aaron, the Iran saying that their retaliation is going to continue and that their retaliation, if anything, is going to become more intense. Of course, one of the things that we heard is that the Iranians believe that they are in a conflict both with Israel and the United States, feeling that Israel has dragged the United States into a conflict directly with Iran, Aaron.
Online commentators slammed the response, saying CNN seems to be upset that the US has brought peace.